Does your kick up look like this? After this video, you will know everything you need in order to nail your kick ups on the first try. Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Handstand course. In this episode, we will be covering everything related to kicking up into a handstand, as well as polishing your current form. If you've been following all the course, this is basically our last step in getting upside down. First of all, I want you to stop doing kick ups. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of madness. You must find a progressive way of learning. Trying is not good enough. You have to have an aim. By aim, I mean you must have in mind the correct steps and progressions. Have a logical map and you must follow it. This episode is going to be covering 3 parts. First one is how to kick up, the second one is most effective way to practice kick ups, and the third one is how to eliminate the fear and learn how to bail a handstand. With these 3 parts covered, it's just a matter of practice until you will nail your kick up on the first try every time. So the kick up is one of many ways that you can enter a handstand. It's probably the easiest entry to handstand there is, and that's why it's usually recommended to beginners, because it requires, first of all, the least amount of strength as you use momentum to enter the position. And the second one is because as we catch it in a split position, the center of mass is going to be closer to the ground, making it much easier to balance and control the reception of the position. Steps to perform a correct kick up. We're going to start with the correct hand placement, which means they're going to be around shoulder width. From here, we're going to lean slightly forward, and we're going to try to bring the legs closer to the hands. Common mistake is to keep the legs too far apart, which makes it much harder because we have to kick up stronger with more force, and it will make us reach the handstand with much more momentum that we will need to be able to control and stop. So by bringing the legs a bit closer to the hands, the kick up can be a bit more delicate and we will need less force in order to control it. We're going to aim to reach a split position before bringing the legs together. The first goal is to find the balance and then bring the legs together. It's important to keep tension in the legs and to keep them as straight as possible. If not, the legs are going to be flapping around. The final step is to film yourself. Just like in all the exercises of the previous episodes, we must film ourselves in order to assess that we are performing it correctly. Without the proper handstand foundational exercises, kick-ups are a waste of time and not the optimal place to put your efforts in. You must know what is the position of balance that you're looking for before kicking up into it. So if you're not pretty proficient at the exercises of the previous episodes, you shouldn't waste your time with kick-ups. Studies show it generally takes between 300 and 350 repetitions of a new exercise in order to build a motor program for it. But if it's faulty, it generally takes between 3,500 and 5,000 repetitions of correct exercise with perfect execution in order to override that program. So let's get it right from the beginning. One of the most effective ways to practice that allows us to drill the kick up is the kick up walk. In order to perform the kick up walk, all the intention is to mark the position. You set up the position as we reviewed previously, you kick up, you mark the position for a second or two, and then you come back down. Put the hands on the ground again and perform for reps. The benefits of training like this is that you get quite a lot of volume and exposure that will help you to learn it much quicker. I recommend training it by distance. You set up a point A and a point B, and you begin from point A performing kick-ups all the way until you reach a point B. If form deteriorates, you stop and you repeat once recovered. The best way to practice kick-up is by performing 3 sets at the end of the session, where you will perform kick-ups for 10 meters, marking the position. This last part is often very overlooked. Fear will limit our commitment and screw the execution of any movement. If you're scared of falling, you will mess the kick-up. So it's very important to be confident in your ability to bail. The easiest way to exit a handstand is by performing a cartwheel. Cartwheel is a basic move everyone should know. Once you know how to perform a basic cartwheel, we're going to practice using it in order to exit the handstand. You kick up to a handstand and exit into a cartwheel. It's the easiest way to get out of the handstand. We're going to strive for a landing foot, to do it delicately and not to stomp the ground. It is very important, don't overdo this movement. Practice until you get the confidence and then stop. If not, we're going to create a habit of bailing out of a handstand, and every time you will kick up into a handstand, you will automatically bail. Hope you found this useful. I will see you in the next episode, which will be covering how to structure and program the session of handstand tailored to your current ability, And I will also add some templates that will go from beginner to advanced.